Good morning, everybody. Welcome to today's Reading the Red. This rainy day, but I think it's going to stay dry now. Mark chapter 3 and verse 25. If a house is divided against itself, that house will not be able to stand. If a house is divided against itself. Have you ever been into a house where there's always arguing and always contentions? It's a very uncomfortable environment to be in. You know, people squabbling all the time, shouting and hollering and going ons. It's a horrible environment to be because there's this tension in the house. But you can go into some houses, and even though the people are presenting themselves to you as nice, kind, compassionate, caring people to one another, there's something in the atmosphere that you know this isn't a true atmosphere. This isn't the norm reality of what goes on in the house. Our house should be a sanctuary. It's our home. It's the place where security is supposed to be at its best, where we are protected and loved and held firm. A house and a home should be a place where we retreat to find fellowship and embracement and a sense of well-being, where we can gather together. But when a house is divided against itself, the very walls themselves, they drip with the sweat of anger and wrath when people are always arguing. So you've got this kind of obvious arguing and contentions, and then you've got the hidden one, which is the deceiving one. But either way, when a house is divided against itself, it will fall, Jesus said. It will break down. Everything about it, all of its value systems will break down. What it's supposed to be, it will not be. And that's true for church as well. When a church is divided against itself, and so often you see in churches different factors in terms of people's perspectives and opinions, and they can't manage those perspectives and opinions in a righteous way, and so they gossip and they gripe and they just assassinate one another with hostile words, either in secret or even sometimes right up front. And so often you've seen over the years churches that are loving one another and caring for one another all of a sudden break down because something has come up and they've not managed it very well, and therefore the enemy's been allowed to get in and destroy it. Jesus is saying to these disciples that when a house, a church, a nation, a people, or in this case, the kingdom of evil divides against itself, that it will not be able to stand. And so he's building up this tension in his argument with regards to justifying why it is that he can demonstrate that he most certainly is not operating as a representation of evil in delivering people from evil ways. He is operating in the goodness and the compassion and the love of God. For God sent his word into the world to save the world. It was God who sent his word, not evil. Thank you for joining me. Be blessed. Have a great afternoon, day, and I'll see you tomorrow.